Fishing isn't just a hobby for us. Fishing is a key to our family's goal into becoming more self sufficient. We are processing a massive harvest of wild trout today to help secure our version of food independence for an entire year. Watch as we move from the water to the backyard smoker, creating high quality protein that feeds our family of seven without spending a single dime. These are brook trout, which are smaller trout compared to a lake trout, which can get quite big in our area in northern Wisconsin. We have 2 days worth of our limit of trout here, so that is 10. The limit is going to be different depending on what stream you're in and where you're located. However, like I said, this was 2 days worth of fishing that we did. These larger brook trout that I have here in my hand, typically we would just freeze and roast in the oven, kind of the night we're going to eat it, kind of in the way that you would do like a broiled chicken or something, but we'll do that with the trout. However, this time we decided to just go ahead and smoke everything. So we are going to go ahead and give all of our trout a really good rinse. Trout naturally create a lot of mucus. We're going to brine these overnight in salt and brown sugar and water. We're going to brine these overnight in the refrigerator. In one of these trout, I decided to also add in a couple tablespoons of molasses. We're going to put that in a glass container with a glass plate on top of it to keep those fish from floating up in the water. Glass is important here. Don't put it in plastic. Don't put it in anything other than glass for the overnight brine. You can brine these for longer than 24 hours, but I would say no less than 12 and probably no more than 48. The next day, I'm going to go ahead, pull those trout out of the refrigerator, and we're going to give those things a really, really, really good rinse. Like I said, that mucus is going to kind of come out with all that salt. It's going to draw it out through that brining process. You're going to want to make sure that you are giving all these a really good rinse. Take your time with this. It's kind of gross, I'm not going to lie, but this step is super important. Before the trout are able to go in the smoker, they have to be patted dry. So we're going to make sure that these are rinsed super well. You also want to make sure that you're rinsing because you want to get all that salt off. Otherwise, they can be incredibly salty, obviously, brining in that salt water. So we're going to take those out after they're rinsed. We're going to pat them dry with just some paper towels. And then we are going to start loading these into our smoker. We tie these up with butcher twine and hang them from the racks in our smoker. We also like to put toothpicks in them to hold open the fillets just so that the smoke can get up and throughout the fish really evenly. In my opinion, it just helps the smoked flavor of the fish be more equal, more even. I think it is a step that you could skip if you didn't have toothpicks, but I would recommend it if you are planning ahead and really on your game. We're going to load these in our smoker at 170 degrees, and it's going to take a couple hours. It's usually somewhere between 3 and 6, I would say, depending on the size of your fish. Obviously, the bigger the fish are, the longer they are going to take to smoke. When it comes to the wood chips you are using, use what sounds good to you. We usually do a mix and match. We enjoy the Bear Mountain brand because you can get them in a pretty big package. This is what we used this go round. We almost always do some sort of mix when it comes to our smoked fish. We're going to go ahead and load those all into the smoker at the same time, get them going, and we are going to check on them periodically because all of our trout are very different sizes. Our smaller trout are obviously going to be done before some of our larger trout are, just because of the size difference between the smallest and our largest. How you know your trout is done smoking is you should be able to peel the meat back from the flesh super, super easily. So periodically, I'm going to come out here and pull that skin back to see if I can pull it back really well, really solidly without the meat kind of going with the skin there. They should pull apart really easily. And that's when you know that your trout is done. And then I can go ahead and take out the smaller trout if they are done, close the smoker up, and let the larger trout keep smoking if that is what was needed. Having trout in the freezer for the winter ahead has been a game changer for my family. We have not bought in fish from the grocery store in the last handful of years. One, because we smoke it like this. We will pull it out of the smoker once it's done, and we store ours in just gallon Ziploc bags and pull them out as we desire them for eating. But this is a huge dent in our version of self-sufficiency, especially because smoked fish is really expensive in the grocery store. When you're talking about salmon specifically, you'd never really know if it's a farm-raised salmon. It's not really that great for you. They sell it as a health food, but it's really not in the way it's raised. It's not great for you to be eating. And salmon, sometimes we don't have the best fishing for. So being able to switch out smoked salmon for smoked trout is much more practical for us. And honestly, I think I like the smoked trout better than smoked salmon anyways. And we use that in place of smoked salmon on bagels, in dips, all sorts of different things. Sometimes we just pull them out of the freezer and eat them after they're thawed, obviously, and eat them as our smoked fish. And they're absolutely delicious. It makes a huge dent in our self-sufficiency goals. In my opinion, being able to hunt or fish for our own protein is one of the ways we save the absolute most on our grocery budget, especially as a large family of 7, being a family that really prefers to eat meat-heavy meals or a lot of protein. This saves us thousands of dollars a year. It's a far better quality, and it gets all of us out into nature, being able to know where our food comes from, being able to actually go out and find our own food. It's just a win-win-win, honestly, for our family. And it makes a massive dent in not only our self-sufficiency goals, but making sure that we are getting outside and enjoying nature, getting some sun, quality family time, and showing our kids what it actually takes to catch the fish, clean the fish, come home and preserve the fish, and then also eat the fish all year long. It's a beautiful process and something that I'm so grateful that we have the opportunity to be able to show our kids how that all happens and how simple it really can be.